Hi, welcome back to my channel. I just realized this is like a really poor choice of dress to wear when the video is only showing here up because I look like I'm naked. I'm just wearing a necklace, that's it. But I'm not naked. I guess it's better than looking like Dolby the house off my last video. That was a terrible choice. I got terrible choices when it comes to videos, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to tell you about my experience with the Sculptra in the temples. I had it on Tuesday morning. Around midday by the time I did it. I wasn't able to video it, sadly, but I'll tell you about it. Today's Friday. So what's that? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The experience. First, we'll start with the actual experience. I wasn't numb, and I knew that it was going to be like a really strange, weird experience, but you have to experience it for yourself. Experience. I might say experience a few more times. It's like my favorite word today, I guess. It was unusual. I won't say it was like painful, like if I was getting a filler or a Botox or something like that without pain relief, but it was a weird feeling. So I was prepared for the first one. I had headphones in, listening to a podcast, trying to distract myself. And when she went in with the needle, because it goes in and it touches your skull. Well, first she had marked, so I'm very veiny. So she had marked where all my veins are, and she felt to see like where the crease in your skull is. So she knew where like arteries and all that stuff, so she could avoid. And so she goes in with the syringe, goes straight in. And I was thinking, oh, okay, it's in. Oh, God, that's what he said. Goes straight in and keeps going. You think, okay, it's in and it's in and it's in. Oh, there's a little bit more. Oh, because you're thinking that's so thin. And it just feels like it goes in and like it touches your brain. No, it doesn't. But it does feel like it touches your bone. And when people say pressure, I thought it meant you're going to have like pressure like this or like this, but it's like just pinpoint pressure, if that makes sense. It's just like pushing and you're thinking, oh, it doesn't hurt, but I don't like it. Just that's what I'm thinking, like, oh, this isn't painful at all. I just didn't like the feeling because it's just this, but it felt like a bony thing sticking on in my head. I don't know. It's so strange. You have to experience it for yourself to know what I'm talking about. So not painful, just ew. Like, you gave me the creeps. And then she did, that was probably the first one was the one that I felt that the most. But then I thought, okay, now I know what's coming. She did another one. I think I probably just like, I don't know how many, but it seemed like it was over very fast and just like breathing. And I had a little like vibrating thing that I was putting on my chin to distract me. I don't think it distracted you. I don't think anything did. But that was done and I was fine. She massaged it, did the other side. And then she started massaging. Probably about 10 minutes. And we're just like chatting about everything. And that's when I started feeling more like pressure and like, ooh, now I kind of got a headache. And like she was massaging. And it did feel like a little bit of like someone was like pushing my head a bit. But not because of like the product that was put in there. It was just more like I had a headache. And then like say I had sinus pain. So then I felt like I had sinus pain. So I don't know what that was. And also something that she forgot to tell me, but then she told me, she goes, one other thing I forgot to tell you, that you might feel jaw pain because wherever she hits up here, it kind of like goes straight down to the nerve or the tendon or something in your jaw. And then I opened my mouth a bit like, oh yeah, it does feel like a bit tender. Yeah, I can feel that now. And so we kept massaging. And then I started thinking, oh man, I'm going to get a migraine, which she warned me that can happen. You can get a headache or it can trigger a migraine. And I was thinking, yep, it's going to happen with me. I know it. Massaging. And then after she stopped massaging, the pain and the pressure was there a little bit still. So that was the weird thing, because at the actual injections and all that, that wasn't hurting. It was more just like I felt like I had a headache. But then it disappeared. That was probably like 10 minutes, and then the headache disappeared, and I went home and I was fine, didn't have to ice it or anything. I wasn't bruised and I barely swelled. So this is Friday, barely swelled. It is very tender to the touch. And for the first 2 nights I slept like elevated, so I didn't get swollen. So maybe that was the case, but no bruising, a little red mark, and I had a zit there too, but no. And I can see, because you normally can see the veins in my head very apparently, and it's already, I cannot see them as much. And I can see a difference that they're filled in more. And they're still tender. Like if I forget and I whack it or put my glasses on and I whack it, I can feel it. But other than that, it hasn't been painful. The first night I did have a headache and I took a painkiller. I actually took a Celebrex because my son had some since his surgery, his ACL surgery, because I've had really bad, what's it called, tendinitis, really, really, really bad, like keeps me up at night, but I didn't want to take it before I had this done. So I took some of that and that took the pain away, and maybe that helped with swelling, because that does help with swelling, that medication. But I just needed that one night, the first night. But the thing that has probably like bothered me the most is the jaw pain, because the first day after, I could barely fit one finger in my mouth. I was like, I went to try and bite something. I'm like, I can't. I had to like cut it up and kind of like put it in my mouth because my jaw wouldn't open. It was so painful. I've never had TMJ, is what it's called. I've never had that, but I imagine what it's like. I could barely open my jaw. I could talk and everything, but then yeah, it's just like basically like the next morning the headache did come back a bit, and the jaw pain. It wasn't hard to chew anything. It was just hard to get stuff in my mouth. And now it's still the same. Now I can open that far. I can only open my mouth pretty wide. Like right now, I don't think I could eat a burger. I tried to eat a boiled egg, and I was like, I had to nibble it like a little rat to try and get into it because I couldn't open it because it's painful when it gets to that. So I'm hoping tomorrow that goes away. I don't know how long. Maybe I start massaging it or something. But if that's all the problem is, I'm wondering, like, when I get this done, is my head going to hurt? Does it like go opposite? I don't know. But yeah, so that was the experience. And in 6 weeks, I go back and get some more put in the same area. So she really wants to like do work on this first to see what we're doing, to see how, because I think it looks pretty good now, but she wants to put more in, because it takes 3 months to see the full results of this. So we'll go back in 6 weeks to put more in there and see how it goes before she puts any in this area. So what this is going to do is fill that up, but it also kind of lifts your upper cheek after that gets filled up. And here, putting it in here, will lift this part of your face and also give you a more defined jawline. So lift this part of the face. So rather than like these marionette lines, whatever they're called, rather than filling these in, that's her plan. She's like, you're better off, rather than filling that in and getting like a filler in there, why not lift this? And also, she's going to put filler on my chin because I can't show you my profile. I hate my profile. Like, so my nose looks big and my chin has gotten smaller as it happens when you get older. Your chin starts to recede, and also this. But anyway, so she's like, let's lift that up and put a little bit of filler on your chin, and that is going to like help that whole problem. And it's all called face balancing. And I just love that. It's not filling up your face, making you look different, etc. It's just balancing your face out to a more youthful shape and plumpness and texture, etc. So I'm so blessed to be on this journey with Lumos. They're great, mate. Anyway, next time I would try and choose a better outfit so I don't have to apologize and just sit here naked with a necklace and earrings in. Okay, so that's about it. Yeah. I really want a burger. Now I've said burger, I really want a fish sandwich actually, because it's Friday and it's Lent, so I've got to get something fish. And I'm thinking, I want a fish sandwich, but maybe if I squish it and make it really small, I don't know, use an own fork. Anyway, thanks for listening. Sorry that I ramble, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.